New show alert. New show alert. Niecy Nash is back on television. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I want up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag in all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. Like I said, Niecy Nash is back on television. This new series I ran into, it's on TNT, called Claws. And at first I wasn't going to watch. I really wasn't. But I kept hearing a buzz about it. I said, you know what, let me go check out Niecy and see what Niecy is actually over here doing. You know what, the show is really good. It really, really is. It's good. It basically is based around this woman. Her name is Desna. She owns a nail salon. She has a few girls that actually work with her. Basically, some of everything. She has a Latina that is a lesbian. She is basically, she's a stud. Sort of, kinda. Sort of, kinda. Pretty as she can be. But she, she's hard edge. She has the braids, two braids to the back. She kind of wears more masculine clothes, but yet her nails are beautiful. They're black. Her nails were bad. I was like, girl, her nails are the shit. They were black. They were fabulous. I said, that's kind of good because you don't usually see studs with nails, but whatever. And this is what she does. She does pedicures and manicures. She's an ongulologist and all of that. So we have her. Then we have the girl who's basically, she's a new girl. She's kind of nosy and kind of busybody. She's young and beautiful. And something kind of got me on that, but we're going to talk about that too later on. But yeah, she's a new girl. She's a sassy little new girl. Her name actually is, I think her name is Virginia. And then we actually have Polly. Polly is the whitest white woman that you've ever seen. Okay, it's like they did all of this. They got this ghetto, little more upscale ghetto nail salon, and it's like they dropped. Who am I thinking of? Julia Roberts in there to work. She, Lord Child, the whitest white woman ever. And then they have the other girl who is actually, she's a Caucasian girl, pretty blonde. She's the blue-eyed, blonde-haired girl, but she got a nice little ghetto edge to her, baby. And I looked, and one of her kids looks a little mulatto, honey. I said, okay, yeah, she's around the way, girl, honey. So we got some of everything. It's a good mix. They all get along really, really good. They got their eye on the new girl. Like, okay, let me tell you about Polly. Polly actually just got back from doing 6 months. She said she was on vacation. Baby, her ass was in jail. She has a house arrest ban on her ankle. And it was funny because the new girl actually noticed the house arrest ban on her ankle. So remember that. And we'll talk about that again later. Okay, so Desna's boyfriend, he comes through. He's this, I guess he's Italian, and he's kind of cute. He's a cute, real, urban hip hop type of dude. He's giving you very much a no shirt, Versace underwear, sweatpants or jeans almost pulled into a sag, that whole flavor. He came through, and he's flirting, as he comes through and all that. Goes straight to the back office, baby. Takes Miss Desna back there, baby, and breaks her completely off right back there in the office. Child, she making all this noise, honey. He is giving it to her. You hear me up on the desk? Child got it to her real quick. Didn't even let her take her Spanx off, honey. I said he's pretty good to get it up inside of some Spanx, honey, but whatever. So this is the type of shit that goes on here at the salon. Now, keep in mind, that ain't all. The salon is actually being used it's not really a front because it really is Desna's business and how she takes care of her family. She actually has a mentally challenged brother that she takes care of, and she lives in old raggedy house in a regular neighborhood. Okay, um, drive a used Lexus. You know, she ain't got no money, child. She ain't got no money. Um, she so like I'm saying, the nail salon is not a front. It really is her business. But the boyfriend's using her to use the nail salon as a front for a money laundering situation. And she is a hookup with a clinic, and they make runs. They actually the everybody except for the new girl is down with what goes on. Okay, so they make their little runs and they do what they have to do. Now, she had an agreement with Roller. Roller is her boyfriend. She has an agreement with Roller basically that she was going to do these runs and do this money laundering thing only for a year. And that was to get her into, make enough money to get her into this dream salon that she has. And she's actually ready. She's made, ready to make the down payment on it. And it's New Year's. So it's like New Year's Eve. And this is when she's supposed to be getting her bonus. Her bonus is supposed to be $20,000, okay? So let's go on. They get all dressed to go to the party. Child, like I said, everybody is in in their character, full character, what they do. At first, Paulie wasn't going to come to the party, but then Paulie showed up, baby. When I tell you, Paulie showed up in her 1960s prom gown, baby, and said, it still fits. I said, girl, you probably shouldn't have wore it when you did. It was a mess. And everybody else is, I mean, Desna, she's in this like lace catsuit. And you know, Niecy has lost so much weight. She looks fantastic. That bitch was doing it. And they're like, you know, dressed the way they were supposed to be dressed. This party was very, very risque. Okay. And that's when we run into Uncle Daddy. Yeah, Uncle Daddy. When I heard the name, I was like, what the fuck is Uncle Daddy, Drew? Here. Uncle Daddy is Roller's, I guess his uncle or his cousin or something. But what I said about Uncle Daddy got the money. Okay? Uncle Daddy has the money. Uncle Daddy runs the show. Uncle Daddy is a bit of a freak. Uncle Daddy had women. Uncle Daddy had men. Honey, he had this little twink in there. Honey, and shit, have that on. She just playing a video game, baby. And just, you know, he's just rich and just arrogant and stupid. And he ends up, the end of the night, he gives the envelope to Desna, which has her little money in it. And Desna has this whole thing where she don't really talk to Uncle Daddy, okay? She basically does all her talking and getting down between her and Roller. So when we find out Roller is a motherfucker, and Roller is a little freaky too. So I have questions as to whether or not Uncle Daddy is actually really Roller's uncle. Because for New Year's, his gift, he gave him this badass house, like a mansion. Like a little small mansion. Badass house is what he gave him. But in Desna's envelope, $3,000. She was given very much of, honey, where is my other 17 G's, honey? This is some bullshit. And then I'm noticing a little aggression whenever she started talking to Roller. He had a little aggression with him. Meanwhile, not to mention that at the party, he was being a little disrespectful with the new girl, honey. She's grinding up on him. I said, oh. And they seen it. The other girls seen it. It's like, what's up with that? What you want to do with that? She said, baby, you know, I don't even care because I don't give a fuck about him. What I care about, though, is respect. I said, honey, I started looking around the scene. I was looking on the outskirts of the scene trying to see if there was a broom, baby. I thought she was going to give him some of that cookie treatment. I didn't go get the new girl and bash her with the broom, honey, but it didn't go down. I was like, oh, child. So last time I heard somebody say something about some respect on a show like this, somebody's ass got beat with a broom, honey. I said, okay. So All of that being said, it was cool. It was what it was. Um, we move on. We go past the party and all of that. So we're kind of watching her dreams go up in smoke here. Because she's basically promised her brother that they're going to be moving and they're going to have a better house and they're going to, all this that she's promising the girls, about moving to the new salon, blah, 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 blah. And, they're doing all this illegal shit. Everything's going to be everything. Well, next thing I know, Desna gets a call from Roller. And Roller tells her to come over to the house. And she comes over to the house to do, because he's real, when I say pretty boy, real pretty boy, she came over to do like Brazilian waxing and that on him. So she's his ungumologist as well. So she's going wax him or whatever and all this shit. And, he's just real rancid with it. It's like, wax me and then suck my dick. All that kind. He's real like that with it, But we noticed the little situation with him and the little new girl. New girl done overstepped. She's there. Desmond's like, okay, I'll take care of that. Ain't no problem. I'll take care of her. Sure am. Come to find out, she's also told, the new girl is actually told about Paulie's ankle bracelet. Now, he wants Desmond to fire, he didn't want to, he told her to fire Paulie. Because he don't want that brings too much heat. Their parole officer being around this, that, and the other. And then they're going on also at the party. We're talking about how much money they were going to make for the next year. So that whole year thing is just some bullshit because from the looks of things, you're going to continue to be working all next year. I said, oh my God, this is crazy. So let me talk about these Russian folk. Okay, so at the clinic that they actually work at, where the drugs are being distributed, the guy who is the pharmacist there, that motherfucker, he, I believe, it's like a methadone clinic or something. He, I believe, is tested the products. He is the most paranoid motherfucker that you have ever seen. You understand me? But then when you look at him, he should be paranoid. There's these two Russians that are actually sitting in the office daily, and they were like literally counting clients is where he clocked that they were doing. And he was like, something's going on with them. Something's not right. And Desmond told him, well, you need to contact Roller. He's like, I'm not contacting Roller. Roller told me to contact you. I said, oh, none of this seems good to me. Desmond went to see Uncle Daddy. Uncle Daddy talked shit to Desmond and told her, I ain't never made no arrangements with you. I thought what I gave you was fair. Now, when we make more money, I'll give you more money. I don't know what you and Roller supposedly got going on. And I said then, somebody seems a little jealous. Is that your uncle? Or is that your daddy? I said, okay, whatever. So I said, okay. Seems to me like Uncle Daddy got tricks, and seems like Roller is like the head trick. That's what I got out of it. You all put down in them comments and tell me what you got out of it, okay? Now dig this. So the new girl, when they go, she's back at the salon. Des is back at the salon, at her nail salon. The new girl comes in, and they was side-eyeing her. This bitch ain't been there in a couple days. Bitch coming in there with an attitude, new clothes, cute boots, new weave, 22 inches, yes, all that, and attitude. And they gave her, oh, okay, girl, good to see you, honey. And the next thing you know, honey, Desmond took her and punched her all up in her motherfucking face. And they just beat her all the way the fuck up. And handled her, drugged that bitch, bust her head. You can see blood all in her hair and nail polish all in her hair. They drug her ass outside, beat her down, honey, and told her, you're stupid, you're being used. She said, I taught you a skill, bitch. And here you are, you think you undercutting me, girl. Go ahead, dumbass. You're dumb. Send her on about her business. Because she walked up on her, baby. One night she went on over there and announced over to Roller's house, girlfriend over there playing cum dump, honey. He up there telling her, take my cum in your mouth, honey. I said, calm down. Real stupid. She let her know she was stupid and to get the fuck on away from her salon and do not return. Do not return, right, bitch. So that was that. Now, the pharmacist calls again. He's saying these two girls are still here. Like, I'm not liking this. Like, they keep coming back here. And she had this Russian woman that was in her nail salon. She didn't even pay no attention. Honey, the three of them were together because she ended up going over to the clinic and putting those two Russian guys. I told them, get out. The fuck out. If you're not being service, you can't just sit here. Get the fuck out. Get out. And they ain't say nothing. They just got up and left after she made a scene because she threw her clock or some shit and broke it over their head or a plant or some shit. And they left. And here we see them meet up with the woman that she was servicing over her thing. So there's Russians that I believe want to be in the game that are watching them because they're, I guess, the big dogs, in that area that are doing this laundering that they're doing. So we got more drama, though, that's going on our side here, Annie. Well, she done got stressed out. The bank done called. They're telling her, you got to get this money on this property now or you're going to lose this property. It's okay. So, oh boy, I told you, that damn roller. Oh, stop. Let me go back. We roll back. Okay, so the lesbian one, okay, when they got done arguing and beating on her, the girl, she called her a faggot. So that made my gator jump up. I said, wait a minute, hold up. Is the new girl a tranny? Because I kept looking at her, she's cute, got a small little build and everything like that. But I said, is this bitch a tranny? I'm thinking that the new girl may be a tranny, just a fierce ass tranny too. Because she sure called her a faggot. And I was like, that was really, I don't know, it was real out of place. It was like, okay. So I don't know. Again, if y'all notice that, leave it down there in the comments. But I want to say I think that the new girl is a tranny. But okay. So moving on. I said this is some good shit here. I said I definitely gotta hook my mother up with this. My mother loves all this shit about money laundering and different shit like that. Some of the little funny stuff my mother probably won't like, but all the shit about the money laundering and the gangsters and all that, my mother's gonna get her life. She's gonna love it. Anyway, so they go on and she goes out to the house. Now this time she's supposed to be out there to thread this bastard's eyebrows. I said, oh, I'm just too sick of this motherfucker. You getting waxed. You got on your moisture comes to shave your pubic hairs. Now you getting your eyebrows waxed. I said, girl, he's cute, but he's a bit too cute for me, honey. So I said, okay. So she's and when she comes in, he literally was banging Virginia. And that's another thing. He has a fetish for being choked, literally till he passes the fuck out while he's screwing. And Desna, she's a thick girl. She chokes the shit out of him till he passes out. So when she comes in, he was doing it actually to the little new girl. He was choking her, but she was saying, I can't breathe because she's tiny. And he's a big dude. Choking her out, baby, giving it to her. I said, okay. So he goes and gets he don't get in the shower. Little Nasty goes and jumps in the pool. Swims a little lap over to Niecy. Niecy, she had these cute, Desna, had these cute boots on. This cat suit. She's sitting there. She puts a towel in her lap. He gonna lay in her lap to get his eyebrows threaded. And he's telling her, when you get done, maybe you could finish me up where she left off. Now, you just got off of her, and you want her to put her mouth on you. I said, oh, that's too cute for me. Baby, she was sitting there with him. The next thing I know, honey, She took that motherfucker thread, and I didn't told you, I'm gonna finish you off, all right. And wrapped that motherfucking thread around his neck, honey, and pushed his ass over there in that water and was choking his ass out. I said, is that finish enough for you, dog? That finish enough, honey? Uh-huh. Choked the dog shit out of him. I said, okay, that's what I'm talking about. And she thought that he was done. And he was out. He's bleeding and shit. She done fucked his ass up. And he jumps up out the water, baby, and grabs her and gets to beating her down. He gets to punch her in her face and carrying on. And when you know anything, then you hear a gunshot. And turns around, baby, and the little new girl is standing there. And she said, am I good enough to be in y'all's little clique now? Because that was the thing before she got thrown out. She's like, something's going on here. I want to be part of this little clique. And they were giving her a girl sit down. She said, am I good enough to be in your part of your clique now? Honey, and they pushed this. You see them in the water. You see her and Desmond getting him out of the water and got him in a body bag, baby, carrying him off and putting him into this um, little sailboat. And I'm like, oh my God. And that's kind of where it cut out at. This was all in the first episode. I really enjoyed Claws, and I think I'm going to continue on watching and reviewing this. You guys go down in the comments, let me know what you think. Should we continue on reviewing this? I'm going to definitely keep watching, but you all let me know if you want me to continue reviewing. All right, so that's it. Claws, Niecy Nash. I'm glad she's back on TV. I hope this actually does work out for her. I hope it's a good show for her. I hope it lasts. TNT, you never can tell. All right, guys. So I will see you guys later. Bye.